Hey guys, it's Steven from On The Shelf, and I'm owing you a update video of what my plans are going forward. So let's go ahead and get right into it. So I was going to go ahead and give you guys a video at the beginning of June, and I did film it out, but I'm actually reshooting this video because there wasn't really anything going on in the beginning of June too much. I mean, there was a movie or two here and there, but nothing that I was severely interested in that I was like, yeah, I need to review this. I need to review it right now. So I kind of took a little mini vacation because anybody who actually has been a fan or has watched a majority of my videos can actually see that I actually put up about, I think, 25 videos in about a 24-month span, give or take. It's actually probably a little less than that, to be honest with you. It was probably like 22 months. And even though I didn't obviously go ahead and have a video a week, I did go ahead and, double upload a couple times. And so, honestly, I just needed a little bit of a break. Go ahead and rejuvenate, kind of fuel the creative juices too, for not only some of my skits in the beginning of some of my videos, but also because I want to do some of my own original content. I've talked about that before. Plus, there's also a lot of stuff that's happened in my life since then. The first actually being, I've been actually looking after two kittens. These two kittens. My terror twins. I call them Sophia and Jessie, but obviously Emily would disagree with me on that, saying they already have quote-unquote names, but whatever. I call them that. That's how it's going to be. We recently brought in here like maybe less than a week ago. It's like literally like maybe 3 days ago, actually. 3-4 days ago. Brought in these kittens, and we're actually trying to teach them to not be as feral. They're a little feisty, a little feral. So we're working with them right now, and that's been kind of an ongoing thing. At the beginning of June, my water heater actually took a shit, finally. And to be honest with you, I'm a little impressed because my water heater, from what we could tell, now this might not be completely accurate, we had to kind of guesstimate by putting the product number in there, and this is what it gave back to us. It was manufactured in 2001. So the thing lasted 18 years, but money's been kind of tight, so it's kind of hard. So we did some shopping, Emily and I did. We did some shopping. We picked out a water heater. We had to move it into the house. And I got some help from my brothers moving in the new water heater, which weighed nearly 200 pounds. Shout out to Morgan and Hunter. Appreciate you guys. We got it installed through a friend who has a dad who's a plumber, and he helped. Him and a couple of his workers helped us go ahead and put it in for a decent price. Yeah, and then also there was another little bit of thing. I'm supposed to be moving. It's something that kind of just came about just recently, literally this month. And so that's been another thing that's been kind of a bit of a focus. So there's been a lot of things happening this month. A lot of shit just happening this month. And so really, it's the biggest reason why there was such a delay on the video. I mean, there was a couple times where Emily had to take a trip out to Detroit to pick up a couple cats and bring them back. That was actually right around the end of May. We went ahead and actually took them back here like a week ago. And so because of that, there's just another thing I wanted to bog my time down. Let's go ahead and talk about some of the reviews that I want to do. With all this stuff going on, and sadly enough, finally having the office set up, I'm going to have to wind up tearing it down. Sad, now that I finally have it like 90% of what I want it to be. There's a few things I wanted to still put up, but it is what it is. The house is actually going to go ahead and get rented out to a family member. And so that way the mortgage is taken care of on this place when we go ahead and go get a house elsewhere and deal with other bills and other challenges in life and whatnot. And it's one of those things. I'm a little nervous, but at the same time I'm a little excited because it's a new chapter in my life. I mean, I've been living here in this house now for 6 years, going on 6 years here actually in September, which is around the time we'll wind up leaving. Obviously I'm not selling the house right now. Who knows? Maybe one day I will. Maybe I'll wind up moving back in. Who knows? But until then, I'll wind up probably having a new office. So if you see a different background or you see a different thing, that's another reason too why the studio's been put off a little bit too, because we cleared out a majority of the cats that we're fostering. So anybody who doesn't actually know, I foster cats. I mean, that's why we got the kittens. We're helping out. We help out a local group actually, and the owner there actually knows my girlfriend, and we help her out, and we help out a couple other places nearby. Try to get cats not only off the street, but also take in little ones and find them homes and stuff like that, and try to help get cats to the cat cafe so that way they can go ahead and get adopted. Honestly, real quick too, before I jump into everything that I'm going to review, if you get an opportunity, check out my links below. You know, I've got all my socials, so if you're not following me on any of those, follow me on those. If you can, donate to my Patreon. Because not only is it to sit there and help out, obviously, the show, as I want to get more props, and I want to do more elaborate skits, and actually set up, you know, like I said, I mean, not just have the office space like I have now, but also be able to set up, you know, green screens and all the other stuff, which I do have a green screen. The only place I could really set it up is down in the basement, and now that I finally have some of the cats that we're fostering getting out, and there's more space in the basement, now that a lot of things are collapsed and there's not nearly as much mewing and stuff, we're going to wind up moving. So it's like, oh, okay. So, but if you donate to the Patreon, the money's not just about going to go get the show better. It's also about taking care of, you know, paying the roof over my head, but also helping me take care of the foster cats that I have. That is there. That is down below. And if you can donate to Patreon, that's perfectly fine. You know, but help me out. Share my videos. You know, give me a thumbs up if you like the video. Go ahead and, you know, if you find any of my videos helpful or, you know, informative or anything whatsoever, give me a thumbs up. You know, go ahead and comment. Do stuff. Interact with my videos. So that way I can get out into the algorithms and actually be seen by more people. And if you share my videos, you can be seen by more people that way too. And it helps me out. After that little bit of shaming on my part, let's get into it. So, actually, this weekend is going to be kind of busy. Now, I don't know how much I'm going to get to because of time and money, but I'd like to see maybe one, if not two, of the movies coming out this weekend. There are 3 movies coming out this weekend, if I do remember straight. So, of those movies, and there are actually probably more like 4 or 5, but of those movies, the movies I wouldn't mind checking out, but I can't promise to get reviews for every one of them, actually include Anna, which is supposed to be a kind of like a thriller, almost like a John Wick type movie, but the premise of the movie is a little unknown to me for the most part. I mean, they kind of leave it vague on purpose, which is cool. It looks like it's going to be basically like a spy movie, like a Jason Bourne or a John Wick kind of thing. It looks really cool. I'm curious to check it out because I'm a huge action fan, and I like it when there's some really good set pieces action-wise. It looks like there might be. It looks like it might actually be the legitimate successor, per se, of what was that? Atomic Blonde that came out a couple years ago. It was a movie that was actually done by, I think, David Litch. And it was an alright movie when it came to set pieces and the action. The action was shot really well, but the story was really weak and kind of predictable. So I'm hoping Anna winds up being just a smidge better. So here's to that. Child's Play also comes out. The remake, the reboot, whatever you want to call it, which is weird too, because if I remember straight, I think the other Child's Play, movies, the franchise, that's still going on. So there's a reboot, and there's a current. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not a diehard Child's Play fan for fucking reason at this point. And then Toy Story 4, which is actually the one I'm looking forward to the most. And that's definitely the one I probably will wind up talking about and reviewing. So there is that. And then I think it's June 25th is supposed to be the release date of I think it's a PlayStation 4 exclusive called Judgment. It's from the guys who actually made the Yakuza series, and it's supposed to be kind of like an Arkham style, detective kind of game, like LA Noire meets kind of like Arkham Asylum / Night. No, not Night. I'd say City. There you go, Arkham City. Like Arkham City / where you get to go ahead and you look for little clues throughout, and it kind of helps unfold this mystery, and it looks like it could be really cool. I mean, the Yakuza action mixed with the kind of like LA, not fully LA Noire, that's what I'm saying, more like Arkham City, kind of like detective skills and figuring out, like, you know, who done it kind of thing. Looks like it might actually be pretty legit. I think it's finally coming to the States here in June. I think it got released in Japan like 6 months ago. That's usually how that goes. So I'm looking forward to that. I might try to go ahead and review that, pick that up and review that. And then I think it's actually early July. So a couple things that I'm doing. If you don't know, another link that's going to be down below too is actually my link to my website, my Wix website, which actually is my blog space. There I actually write reviews as well. So because obviously doing videos takes a lot of work, time, editing. Sometimes I'll do reviews that way as well, so that way I can get like a long thing. So with TV series right now, there's a lot more TV series that I've reviewed on my website than I actually have on my channel. I think I'm going to try and start doing TV series. I've been working on movies and trying to integrate those and get comfortable making those. But the TV series that I'll do are probably going to be the TV series in which they've wrapped up, like Game of Thrones, for instance, which I kind of do want to talk about that. I've been writing it down, working out like the things that I want to touch on and point out, and actually do a review of Game of Thrones as a series. I don't know when I'm going to get that up, so I'm not going to include that in this, but that is something that I want to talk about, and that's, like I said, more likely what I'll do is I'll talk about certain series that have concluded, and maybe I'll talk about them as a massive series rather than the individual seasons, and I'll just probably write up the seasons for now with some of them. So, but one of the seasons that I'm finishing up right now, I'm finishing up season 2 of Stranger Things, which will be filled with spoilers. It's been out for almost 2 years now. So if you haven't seen it, go watch Stranger Things on Netflix. I don't know what you've been doing this whole time. And then when Stranger Things season 3 comes out, I'm going to talk about that. Jessica Jones season 3 just got dropped, actually, I think this last weekend. It was really quiet. It just happened. And I'm not really sure why it just happened. It was one of those things that I think we got the release date like one time. I think it was like back in March or something like that. And then since then, they really have just not said anything. And I'm like, okay. So I completely forgot what the date was. And all of a sudden, when I got on Netflix the other day to like put something on the background while I was cleaning the house, that was when I saw that it was out. I was like, oh, well, okay. Well, I haven't set any time aside to watch it, so I'm going to get to it probably here maybe this weekend and go ahead and review that as the final MCU done on Netflix, which is kind of sad that obviously there wasn't more hoopla on Netflix's part. It just shows you how fed up like Netflix is with the whole Disney thing and them fighting back and forth. It's really childish, but it is what it is. And so, but yeah, I'm going to do that, and I'll do Stranger Things Season 2 and 3. Stranger Things Season 1 is already up on my website. If you want to go check that out, go check that out. Go read on that. I feel like I touched on a lot of things that I wanted to touch on, and a lot of things that I really liked, and so on and so forth. And I've got a lot of other reviews there, so I mean, if you want, go check those out too. I'd appreciate it. And then obviously going into July, it's technically supposed to be July 2nd, but then it's also supposed to be kind of July 5th, and I don't know. But Spider-Man Far From Home, the movie, that is going to be another one that I'm going to wind up reviewing. Like I said, that comes out July 2nd, I think, actually. So Stranger Things Season 3 will come out on July 4th, so that week is going to be kind of fun. Especially since that week I'm probably going to be helping Emily look at houses. So I'm going to be looking at houses and trying to do those reviews, so I hope you appreciate it. And then a couple weeks later, I think it's 2 weeks later. It's like 2.5 weeks later, on July 19th, we are going to get the Lion King live action film. Live action, I mean, it's with CGI, so it's not really live. You know what it is. You know what it is. And I'm going to go watch that. I'm going to review that, and I'll probably go ahead and make a video on that on the channel. So look forward to that. And then at the end of the month, July 26th, I think that's actually a Friday, I'm going to actually go ahead and do Wolfenstein Youngblood. I'm going to try and get Hunter on for that, if I can, for that weekend. We're going to grind that shit out. We're going to kill some fucking Nazis, and it's going to be a lot of fucking fun. And I'll let you know how that is, and I'll do a review on my YouTube channel for that as well. After that, I think that's when we get into August. Now, movie-wise, I don't know what's coming out in August. I think the last time I looked, nothing was coming out movie-wise, like anything big or anything that I felt was like important or that I needed to talk about was coming out in August. If something comes out that I see that I'm like, dude, I need to talk about that, I will put it up. Otherwise, I don't think there's really any movies coming out in August, so that'll be kind of a dead month for movies, so I'll be able to kind of relax a little bit. There are 2 games that I'll try to review, but they're more toward the end of the month. I think it's August 27th is the game Control, done by the guys who wound up actually doing that Xbox exclusive game, Quantum Break. This is going to be the next, big thing. I'm curious, because Remedy's been one of those studios that they've done some good work, and they've done some alright work. I give them props for at least trying to do new things, and Control looks like it could be really interesting, and it could be a good game. I will check that out. Like I said, that's August 27th, and then I think it's August 30th is the game Blair Witch, which is supposed to be a first-person horror game, and I think it's done by the same guys who did Layers of Fear. Now, I'm not a huge Layers of Fear guy. I'm not. That's why I didn't review Layers of Fear 2, because I'm uninterested. There's a lot of people that seem to really like those games, but for the most part, I find them kind of bland. From what I saw from the E3 thing, it looked like it could be really interesting, so I'm going to try to check that out. And I think that pretty much wraps up until we get to the big months. September, October, November. When we get to that at the end of August, beginning of September, as long as nothing big happens in my life, I should have a review video up relatively quickly. Not a review video. I should have an update video ready for you guys to go over that, because there's a lot of games coming out in September. Actually, let me check real quick. I think I got them on my phone, so I do keep notes, believe it or not. Yeah, there is 1, 2, 3, at least 3 games, an expansion, and then I think there's actually a couple movies coming out too. And so we'll see. And that's kind of the reason too why I was kind of taking a little bit of a break. Obviously, because there's a lot going on in my life. Yeah, there's at least 2 movies, 1 to 2 movies coming out that should be interesting as well. But that's why I was trying to take a little bit of a break to kind of rejuvenate, because I'm going to be cranking out some videos, and I'm going to be cranking out some reviews, so get ready for those. I'm going to try to do some more discussion videos. I've actually got a couple of them that I'm going to be filming here in the next few days, and I will be putting them up on the channel. I did add a new box that I titled My 2 Cents. Those will be kind of my opinion pieces on certain things that don't completely revolve around video games. They might be things that I have views on, whether it's something going on in the world, going on in the U.S. maybe, something maybe that's going on in my city or my state, or maybe some controversy that's going on with maybe some YouTubers or something. And actually, I should have a video or 2 maybe actually up here really soon, within the next couple weeks or so, that I've been working on, that I want to talk about. I've been trying to do my research on certain things. That's another reason too why I'm kind of behind on this. And try to do some more different things. Nothing too major. This will mainly still be a review channel, but I like to add different types of content, whether it's the montages, or maybe it'll eventually be like commentary, or like I said, political stuff, just little bits and pieces, so that way there's a variety of flavors. So if there's anything that you like that I do, that's what that's there for. If you don't like it, that's perfectly fine. Just avoid it. I won't post the more personal stuff like on my 2 cents playlist, on my On The Shelf socials for the most part. Other than my Twitter, because my Twitter kind of acts as both my personal Twitter and the On The Shelf one, but like the Facebook account and a few other things, that I won't post those things on there, just to give you the heads up. So, I mean, you won't see them unless you're looking for them. Unless you're subscribed to the channel and you want to find them, then they'll be there. But I'll probably post them more on my personal things and kind of share them around. That's it from me. Like I said, I'm sorry that I didn't get this out sooner, but like I said in the beginning, there was a lot of crazy stuff going on the last month or so. And like I said, I know I'm really behind on this, and I'm deeply sorry about that. But this isn't an attempt to try to make it up. Like I said, I wanted to try and cover really 2.5 months more than anything, a little less than 2.5 months. But like I said, at the end of August, beginning of September, I'm going to try to cover the 3 months, because those 3 months are going to be the craziest. So look forward to that. Look forward to all the stuff that I'm posting. And like I said before, if you can't donate to Patreon, that's perfectly fine. Just like I said before, help me out. Share my videos. Like them. comment on them, do certain things, interact with them, so that way I can get them out there and get them in more suggested bars, or I can get them in more certain things, so that way I can get more views, because, you know, and I can get maybe more subscribers, because really I'm trying to do it for more people. I like to try and not entertain is one thing, but I like to also inform, and I like to do certain things. That's why I'm trying to make the videos, is why I'm doing what I'm doing, and I want to continue getting better at it too. So anyways, I'll talk to you guys here soon. I'll see you guys on the next On the Shelf. Bye, guys.